Here we will discuss about how to create database and tables in ASP.NET using C#. Also, we will learn how to set primary key and how to set relationship among the tables. And this will be helpful for the students of semester 5 of BCA course. So now practically let us see how to create a database and tables. You can see there is a folder with the name application underscore data, means app underscore data. This folder is used to store database of your application. Right click on this application underscore data folder and you can see that add new item and add existing item options are there. If you have created any database already, means previously you have created any database and that database you want to use in your current web application, then you can select the add existing item and specify the path where that database is stored. Otherwise, if you want to create a new database, then select add new item. So today let us see how to create a new database. So select add new item. Select the SQL Server database and here you can change the name of database. According to your requirements, you can give the name to database. Click on add button. When you add the database, you can see that Server Explorer window is open. In that you can see you can create diagrams, you can create tables, views, procedures, etc. This table folder indicates that it contains the tables of your database. If you click on plus, there is nothing at present, so it will not display anything, but you can create as many as tables in this particular tables folder. Let us create one table. And how to create a table? So just select this tables folder, right click on it and say add new table. It allows you to define the structure of a table. So you need to define the name of columns and the types of fields and that whether you want to allow it as null or not. Let us create one table which will store the details about the category of product. So let's say category ID field is there and its data type. You can click on this drop down arrow and select the type of data which you want to assign. Let us say integer. So find out it is integer is there and you don't want to allow it as a null, so deselect this checkbox. Next field is say category name, then select the type or directly I can type varchar and set its size as say 20 depending on your requirements and should not be null. Deselect this. Okay, now next is how to define a primary key. So whichever field you want to set as a primary key, go to that particular field name and when that field is selected, right click on that and set primary key. So now in our table, category ID is the primary key. Next, now you need to save a database. So right click here and say save table and give its name. Let us see category table. So category name. Afterwards, you can close this by right clicking on this, select the close. Next is how to add records in this particular table. So select this name of table, right click on that and say show table data. So it allows you to enter as many as records in that selected table. Let us add the category. Let's say number 1 it is man, then say number 2 is women, and number 3 is say kids. So we will store the product details of different categories like the men, women and kids. Next you just close this table. Now add one more table. So again right click on this table folder, select add new item and define its fields. So let us say product ID, then integer, it should not be null, then say category of product. So category ID, it should be integer, it should not be null. Now see here, this category ID is a foreign key and it will come from this category table. So later on we will see how to set it as a foreign key. Next is product name. Let's say varchar and the size of field is say 20, it should not be null. Then say product description, it is say again varchar 50 characters, not null. Then say product price numeric or you can say float. If you say numeric, then you can set the length. Like suppose if I set 8, then out of 8 how many digits I want to allow as a decimal part, that I need to mention here. Then next is quantity of product. So product underscore QTY, integer, not null. You want to store image of the product, you can say product image. And it see, this will is not going to be used to store image itself, but it will store the path of image. So here it is, its type is varchar 50. If you don't want to store the image of any product, then you can allow as null. So let us say as null. And next is you have to set a primary key. So I can say product ID and set primary key. However, you also can make the composite key, means uh, product ID and category ID you can combine as a primary key. But let us at present create product ID as a primary key. So select that field, set primary key. This product category ID is a reference key, or you can say foreign key. So let us see how to set it. Right click here and say relationships, and then click on add button. After that, select tables and column specification, select this field, and the name of relationship is you by default whatever name you can see. But however if you want to change it, you can change it. Next step is select the primary key table. Means product you want to set the relationship between the category and product table. So there is a common field between them is category ID, and that is the primary key of the category table. So your primary key table is category, and select the field as say category ID. Your next table is a product. At present we have not saved that table, so its name is by default table 12. Select the field as category ID. So now you can see that it has set the relationship between the category and our new table with the help of category ID field, which is a common field in both the tables, and this one is the primary key of this table. So now here it becomes foreign key. Click on OK button and say close. Now finally let us save the table. Click on right click and save table. Give the name of table as say product. Click on OK button. So it says that you want to save these tables. Yes. And then click on yes button, and then again right click on it and say close. Now next is add few records in this product table. So select the product table and say show table data. Then you can enter as many as records. So let us enter one as product ID, then category ID is also one, then say it is a like t-shirt, and then product description, it is a cotton, what the color is there, what the length is there, what the size is there, etc. You can define in a product description. Then say product price, like suppose 999.99. Then product quantity, product quantity indicates that in store, means at present how many products of the same type is available. Means t-shirt is cotton, I have 10 t-shirts, so I can say 10 on hand what the quantity is available. Then if you want to store any image, then you can define a path of that image. But remember that the images that you are going to store in this database must be available under your web application root path. You can create any folder as images, and then you can store the images. So that in that way you can give the path. Later on we will see how to save the image path here. Then next is again add one more record. Let us say category 2, that is for women, and say sari. Then say again cotton sari is there. Then price it's say 1200. Product quantity is 20. Image is not available. 3 for the, again let us say category is 3 for kids, and say you can say frock. Then say cotton, price is say 3000. Product quantity is say 10, and image that you don't want to store, again say product is ID is 4. It is it belongs into main category. So let's say category ID is 1, then product name is, say, you can say shirt, and you can say what the material or color, size, etc. you can define in the description. So again, say cotton, price is, say, 600, product quantity on hand as 5, null. In this way you can add the records. Let us, so now after adding the records, close this table and then go to the your web page, design a page which allows you to show the data. Let us see how to add an image in a database. We have created already a product table. In that table you can see that there is a one field with the name image, product image, means this field will be used to store the path of image, not the actual image. So all the images that you want to use in database must be under the root of your application, and we can categorize the images in one folder like the image folder, so we can understand the all the images which are used in our application are stored in images folder. So let us first of all create one folder. Right click on the root and select the new folder and give the name to that folder as say images, and all images that you want to use in application you can store under this folder. Now next is the images that I want to use in my application. Already they are created and we want to add them. So let us right click on this folder, select add existing item and select all the images that you want to use in your folder. Let us say these products are there and we want to use them. Select all one and finally click on add button. So the list of images you can see. Now let us see how to assign them in a database. So open the table as a product, right click show table data. Then in a field product image you have to specify its path. So let us say tile slash images. This indicates that the images that you are going to use are stored under the images folder, and that folder is available under the root path. And then images, and then which folder file you want to use. So it is like say for t-shirt, so I want to use this t-shirt image. Let's say t-shirt dot jpg. Same way for the second one, it is a sari, so let's say root tail images and then say sari dot jpg. Next one is say frock, so again say tail slash images then frock. Now remember the spelling should be exactly same as the file name, right? So frock, it is again a case sensitive. So if it is capital then you have to write in a capital. If it is lower then you have to write in a lower. Again say slash images, then it is a short, then you can say search dot jpg, then say again tile slash images. It is a polo t-shirt, so there is a file with the name polo underscore t-shirt dot jpg. And suppose for some image you don't, some product you don't want to assign any image, then you can leave it as null, but let us assign it, say images slash dress dot jpg. So in this way you can assign a path of the image for any product. So it is not going to be stored actual image itself, but it stores the path of the image, means when you want to display this image of the product at the user side, then it has to fetch that particular image from the given path. So your actual images are stored in this particular path, means root under that images folder and under that the images are stored. So in this way you can store the path of any image in a database.